Again, everybody says, Alex, get to the damn point. Okay, so we got to talk about a few things here. One is Jeremy. He works for 10 Roads Express out in LA, and Oakland and LA just laid off 100 of their drivers. And it looks like recently they laid off 66 of their drivers out in Fort Worth, Texas. Why? Because they lost their USPS postal contract. You know, his thoughts are USPS is buying hundreds of trailers and taking those contracts away and doing it either direct or giving that to freight brokers so that they could put it on the spot market for cheap rates. So that sucks if that's what's happening there. The second part that we need to talk about is Houston looks like they're putting together some type of business proposal so that one of the biggest cities in America potentially will have limited truck routes for truck drivers in the future. So if you do not go on the truck route, you will get a $500+ fine. So we'll be talking about that. And the last one is, you know, should you make a U-turn on the highway? Because we have Scott here, and he has a great PSA for us today that he got off of his dash cam. So there it is. That's it. But if you got time, check out this video. What's going on, Mutha Truckers? Welcome to Mutha Trucker News. Email us at muthatruckernews@gmail.com. So there was this link here that said that 66 drivers were getting laid off from 10 roads, and this was out in Texas. Now, the company 10 Roads Express actually has over 3,300 truck drivers and 4,400 trucks, and they seem to have lost their postal service contract with USPS, right? So it's one of those things where I didn't get a chance to talk about this, but then I get an email from Jeremy that says, "Hi, Alex. I am a 10 Roads driver out of LA terminal. We had over 100 drivers from our LA and Oakland yards. We got laid off just the past 2 weeks. All our dispatchers from Oakland got laid off as well. Also, 10 Roads has a lot of contracts with the Postal Service they had for over 20 years. 10 Roads was Hovistel Inc., but changed their name. Not sure why. I think it'd be interesting for you to look up the history of the company." Now, he says here, "I have to say I enjoyed my job, but the drivers that are left feel like they might not have a job for long as the Postal Service is trying to save money by eliminating contractors completely and use freight brokers offering cheap rates to owner-operators." Now, the word is USPS wants to only use their own postal drivers and cut out contractors as an owner-operator completely. They've been buying hundreds of new trailers. I just thought it'd be interesting to see what you would be able to find out. So I'm going to deep dive and try to find out more information for you, but I think this is a big deal. You know, a lot of people do not know that over 100 drivers just got laid off from LA and Oakland, you know? So, you know, this is definitely a big impact. I know there are some social media influencers that are drivers directly for USPS. And so it's one of those things where I'm going to try and get a driver on the show and see, are they really taking away the contractor jobs? I knew a lot of friends that actually worked this hustle, you know, had a lot of lanes with this and did contracting for USPS. So are they taking away, and are they taking it on themselves? Because right here, like Jeremy said, yeah, they just bought hundreds of new trailers. So Jeremy, I really appreciate that. Now, this is an interesting one right here. You know, I don't know if you know this, or if you live out in Houston or drive a truck in Texas lanes. It says Houston may restrict cargo truck movements inside city limits. Proposed truck route plan would affect transit of vehicles weighing more than 26,000 pounds. So pretty much affecting a truck driver, right? So it says here, Houston could soon become the largest U.S. city to enact a broad truck route plan to limit where tractor trailers can travel as they move through town. So it's going to be the first of its kind. They're trying to put something together. They think it's unsafe that trucks are able to go everywhere they want. So they're just going to allow a couple truck routes out in Houston. And if you actually get off this truck route that they're proposing, they're saying it could be a $500 fine. Mud Truckers, what are your thoughts? Because I know it's going to piss a lot of you off right here. The designation process to finalize truck routes is currently underway. The department will conduct a pilot test in the Sedgwick neighborhood in Northeast Houston next spring before the truck plan is finalized. So, yeah, it looks like they're trying to really put something together here. And they think it's big on safety. John Esparza, CEO of the Texas Trucking Association, said that while he appreciates that Houston officials are approaching the issue of truck traffic through a planning process, he has concerns about a broad plan that doesn't take into account the daily operations of local trucking companies. Mud Truckers, what are your thoughts about that one right there, man? It sucks that they just make it harder and harder for truck drivers to want to work. So, yeah, it looks like they're trying to limit Houston routes for anyone that's going through Texas there. So it could be troublesome. I want to know what you guys think about, but there might be very limited routes for you guys in the future. I have a question of the day before I leave you today. And so the situation that's in hand is we have a PSA from Scott. I'll just put S. It says, Alex attaches a PSA to all the new and experienced drivers. Don't perform U-turns in the middle of the highway or any road. Find an alternate route to turn around. And the reason why he says this is because a few days ago, he catches this on his dash cam. This semi-truck tries to make a U-turn from the middle lane of a highway, right? And so you can watch this right here, but as you can tell, it does not end well for the car. And guess what? The truck driver will definitely be at fault. And if he works for a company, potentially lose his job. So it's just one of those things, right? So Scott, thank you for the PSA. Mud Truckers, comment down below. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm going to deep dive, do some more research, see what's going on with USPS, see if they are really taking away all the contracts. But from Jeremy and what 10 Roads Express is seeing, it looks like they definitely are. And this big company is losing a lot of their drivers because of it. So that lane has gone away, so it looks like over 166 drivers have been laid off. And like he said, a lot of these drivers, they do not feel that they feel a little uneasy, right? So Mud Truckers, comment down below. But yeah, just want to give you that information.